Most people think income is the scoreboard of life. But the real game, the one that actually determines your financial future, is being played somewhere most people never even look. We're talking about net worth. And if you're not tracking it, you're basically flying a plane with no instruments. Here's the simplest math you'll ever hear that most people somehow ignore. Take everything you own, subtract everything you owe, and what's left is the truth about where you stand. That number, brutal, honest, sometimes embarrassing, is your net worth. And it doesn't care about your salary, your title, or how nice your car looks in the driveway. Now picture two people. One earns $200,000 a year, drives a leased BMW, carries $40,000 in credit card debt, and has basically nothing saved. The other earns $60,000, owns a modest home with equity building, maxes out their retirement account, and tracks every dollar. Who do you think is actually winning? Spoiler alert, the person with the spreadsheet, not the lease payment. The reason most people never track net worth is the same reason they avoid the scale after the holidays. What you don't measure, you don't have to confront. But here's the irony. The avoidance itself is what keeps the number low, because you can't improve what you refuse to see. Think of your net worth like a garden. Your income is just the water, but your assets are the roots. Your liabilities are the weeds. And if you never check on the garden, don't be surprised when you walk out one day and it's all weeds. Tracking it regularly is the act of actually gardening instead of just hoping for the best. The real shift happens when people stop optimizing for income and start optimizing for the gap between what comes in and what stays. Historically, studies have shown that high earners with no tracking system accumulate less wealth by retirement than moderate earners with disciplined habits. And that's not a coincidence. That's a system playing out predictably. Here's a misconception worth torching right now. Net worth tracking is not just for rich people or finance nerds with color-coded spreadsheets. It's for anyone who wants to stop feeling like money is something that just happens to them and start feeling like someone who actually has a plan. The practical lesson from decades of personal finance research is embarrassingly simple. Check your net worth at least once a quarter. Update your assets and liabilities honestly, and watch for the trend, not just the number. A net worth that grows by even 5% a year, compounded, will transform your life in ways a one-time raise almost never will. What nobody tells you is that tracking net worth changes your behavior almost automatically. Because the moment you see a liability clearly labeled as something dragging your number down, that debt becomes personal. It's no longer abstract, it has a face, a weight, and suddenly you want to kill it. And that psychological shift is the whole game. People who build real wealth aren't always the ones with the flashiest investments or the boldest bets. They're often just the ones who stayed consistent, kept their liabilities low, and let time do the heavy lifting. Boring? Maybe. Effective? Historically, embarrassingly so. The discipline isn't in picking the perfect stock or timing the perfect real estate purchase. It's in building a habit of awareness, reviewing your position regularly, and making small corrections before small problems become structural ones. Process beats conviction almost every single time. Net worth isn't a destination you arrive at. It's more like a heartbeat monitor that tells you whether your financial life is actually healthy or just performing health. And the beautiful thing is, once you start watching it, you stop making decisions that quietly hurt it without you even realizing. At its core, tracking net worth is a philosophical act. It's saying that your future self matters enough to be measured and protected today. Discipline in sizing your debts, consistency in building your assets, and patience with the compounding process are the unglamorous trio that actually creates lasting wealth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be honest and persistent. Because the people who win financially over a lifetime rarely did it with one brilliant move. They did it by showing up to the scoreboard, adjusting the game plan, and never pretending the number didn't matter. Comfort comes not from knowing the outcome, but from knowing you're prepared for whatever comes next. And if you're ready to take that next step, whether it's building wealth through real estate investing, finding the right contractor for your property, or connecting with lenders who actually understand your goals, check out our links in the description below.